Well, I would say that I think I did not really expect what is going on.
Okay.
Because of the fact that I was of the opinion that most of the commissioners, were kind of loyal to, the governor of the state. But from what I'm saying now, it has affirmed, that saying that most of them were either appointed or nominated by ex-governor of the state. The resignation that I'm seeing right now, for me, is not a very healthy one. Even though some people might draw some capital or advantages from there, but I do not think it's a proper one as the case may be. So this issue that is snowballing into something else in River State, nobody can even say tomorrow what next will happen. Now the last time was the demolition of the House of Assembly. The other time was the sitting of two factions of the House of Assembly, 4, 25 or 26 or 27 as the case may be. We have two, let's say, two House of Assemblies in River State now and two speakers. Whether their seats have been vacated or not, the other members, they are still holding their sitting. So we don't really know what is going on. Now, according to the Executive Council, where the governor is the head of the Executive Council, if all the commissioners are, leaving and, resigning, I don't know. Some said it's based on personal, reasons, not political reasons why they have to resign. For me, it's a shock. It's a shock that about 7, members of the Executive Council decide within 2-3 days to leave the council. It's a sign for worry. And I don't know how they are at the state will operate in this kind of situation. The Executive Council depleted, House of Assembly, the legislature having problems. What kind of situation and what kind of state are we in River State? This is the problem that I am here to find solution to on how to move forward.
Yeah, there's an albatross hanging on the neck of the legislature in the state. And we're having this mass resignation, and we're wondering what will happen in case new commissioners have been appointed. Already, Galagogo issued, was there an injunction? Ex parte?
Yes, Justice
Galagogo.
Yes, and interim injunction.
Interim injunction. In that ruling, or is he calling it a ruling now? In that ruling, he seemed to have given a go-ahead to the 4 or 5 man legislature to constitute an assembly, as it were, and then they are doing a lot of things, passing budget and all that, and that is within a time limit. If the governor does not take advantage of that time limit, irrespective of how legal or how legitimate that house is, you lawyers will tell me better. If he does not take, advantage of that window now, it means the state will run without commissioners because more are going. Yeah. So let's.
The gale of resignations is not something that I would say it's a surprise.
Okay.
If I were in Belgium, for instance, I would even think that the governor will throw in his towel. That's how systems work. Corporate systems work. But we now find ourselves in this jinx, which is created essentially by the political gladiators, who I think should be more interested in developmental politics than the disruptive politics they are engaged in. And this is not the first time. Before the pulling down of the structure, the massive structure called the House of Assembly of River State, it was almost burnt. A particular similar scenario happened in the days of Amici, in a 5-member legislative group attempted to impeach him. So it's been a drama of absurdity in River State over time, and that's because the political gladiators involved are more interested in their own pecuniary pursuits, parochial pecuniary pursuits, than in the interest of the larger population of River State. That also calls to question the issue of godfatherism, which has become a phenomenon in our political system. And I think that it is very, very optimal for us to look at it very, very critically, the extent to which this can happen. And that also explains why we have this gale of resignations from the executive. Because apparently suddenly you have an executive who are lying on the same bed but who are dreaming different dreams. It tells me also that there's disharmony, total lack of harmony, and integration between the members of the executive. That they belong to different political blocs. Apparently, that's what it means, because those of them that are resigning are those of them that are appointed by the ex-governor, the former governor, Oguche. The ones that similarly Fubara brought, I think they are still intact, their positions. It boils down to one issue, that the political system is very, very faulty right from its foundations, and it's not peculiar to Rivers State alone. It's the general specimen that we are seeing from across the country, and that also explains the fact of our ruinous electoral system that bring these people to the front border, to the front table of governance. People who are not elected by the people, who do not have the support or the mandate of the people to come on board, and that's why some of these things are playing out. If you had a system where the people's power is entrenched in the form of their sovereignty, it would be difficult for these things to happen. It would be difficult, for instance, for members of the House of Assembly to conceive an impeachment without first consulting the people. It will also be difficult for commissioners to resign in that manner for personal reasons. That's what they tell us, without telling us what their constituents have seen.
Yes, talking about personal reasons, are you surprised that Adamu resigned? And because as a legal officer, will I call him? How will I say? The chief law officer.
In the First Republic, they call them the first minister.
Yeah, the chief law officer of the state. And with entire legal conundrum. You know, what judicial pronouncements and all that, a lot of confusion, cause of coordinate jurisdiction, giving all manner of rulings and all that, and then even the will go court. A lot of your colleagues have talked about the fact that the matter was so weighty that it didn't require an
judicial intervention.
An ex-party that both parties would have been put on notice and all that within a short time if there was any hurry and all that. With all that, do you think that Adamu may have been embarrassed as senior advocate of Nigeria, a professor of law?
Adamu, you described him very fairly. He's a respectable gentleman. I hold him in the highest esteem, and he knows how to put his calculations right. I'm sure he must have put all the cards on the table.
Because we're talking about personal reasons.
Yes, vis-a-vis his image and reputation, and which had garnered for himself as an academic. Yeah. A well-known academic scholar and the senior advocate of Nigeria. If you look at the entire scenario, nobody will want to be in that hot position at all, because all eyes are on him. You know, I think he went inwards, looked inwards, and considered the implications of whatever is going on his person and his character, his reputation, and reached that conclusion.